My name is Ramona M, and I am an author, publisher, a mom, and a pastor. And I'm from Philadelphia, West Philadelphia. Since I was about 10. I don't think it was anything I wanted to become. I think it was what I am. It has always flowed freely from me, and it's very therapeutic. So if I get off, I know to get back to that because I get my answers in that. So that's kind of how it happened. I think I would say three types. I write poetry. I do write motivational pieces, but I also am a storyteller because I'm the keeper of the stories in my family. So I do that as well. So I'm a combination of those three. Well, what happened was I wasn't thinking about writing these books. I started journaling on Facebook about my weight loss journey. Okay. And so in the middle, I said, well, maybe I will put this in a book. And I kind of started trying to put stuff together. But then other women started inboxing me and sharing their stories with me. So next thing I know, I thought about, well, maybe I should ask permission to use their stories. And then I said, well, why not ask them to write their own stories? So that's really how Movement is Medicine came about in that aspect. We didn't quite have the name Movement is Medicine yet. One of my brothers was on Facebook talking to me, and I was just talking about how there's a song called The Blessing of Abraham, and how we always think about blessings being financial and things like that. But I was saying our health is a blessing. It's an inheritance. And I felt like I needed to go back and get that inheritance that God left for us to be and healthy in all areas of our life. That was spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical. So that was the morning that he said to me, movement is medicine. So I got up, I walked away from the computer, and the Holy Ghost was like, no, walk back. He just gave you a gift. And I was like, huh? So then I said, okay, movement is medicine. I typed something back. And so he said to me, when it comes out, I want everything in purple and gold, and I want my t-shirt in purple and gold. And I was like, well, what is he talking about coming out? Because I still had not grasped what he had gifted me, but that's how it came about. But one of my friends said to me, I think that you're doing this at a very opportune time in your daughter's life. She had just turned 16. My beginning weight was 323 pounds. And she said she needed to see the transformation because we have to teach our children resiliency. We might fall down, we might be behind the 8 ball, but we have the ability to get back up. So I think it taught my daughter a very big lesson because in the midst of it, it turned our whole house upside down. Eating habits, refrigerator is totally different now. It doesn't look the way that it looked before. I changed. My confidence changed, allowing negative things to be in my space, chaos and confusion. I was caused to confront some things in my life that I had allowed in because I was in a dysfunctional space. So it just made me sit down and made me begin to evaluate the clutter and stuff in my life, what I needed to keep and what I needed to get rid of. So I think it changed my daughter's life tremendously. She's in college now, so she's finding her own way, but I think, God allowed us that time and space for her to see her mother evolve and become a whole woman, whole in every area of my life. Still got some stuff I'm working out, but she needed to see wholeness and not broken pieces all over the place. Yeah, it really was because it's so funny you said tragedy. My grandmother died in 1995, and I was carrying that for a very long time, up until 2009, 10. And so I began to go to therapy again, but I got a good one that time. So she confronted me on some stuff, and not just her death, but being molested, being raped. I was eating the food to hide. So I had to confront those issues. So right. I think that's why it became easy to be transparent and honest with my story, as well as the other women being honest with their stories, because we knew how much of a hard road that could be if you stay buried in that for so long. So, I mean, you take being molested at 4, being raped at 15, and then your grandmother dying at 95, the one that poured out unto you, that loved you, that cared for you, that cheered for you. Even when you messed up, I still love you, but gonna pop you upside your head. That was very traumatic for a young 24-year-old woman who found out, 2 months later she was pregnant, 7 months pregnant. It was a lot going on at one time. So I had to come up from underneath all of that because I wasn't living, I wasn't breathing. And so I even had to apologize to my daughter because I carried her in such pain. You know, I birthed her in pain. I had to go back and revisit that and get that together. So, yeah, I'm telling you, come on out of the cave, Lazarus. You might stink a little bit, but the Lord has the ability to cleanse us, to heal us, and to make us whole. It's there if we want it. So I had to to say I wanted it. That because pain becomes a crutch. And we'll hold on it because we don't know how to live without it. Dysfunction becomes a crutch. And then we want to blame everybody for this and blame everybody for that. No, you allowed this because you was in this dysfunctional place. And you got to go back and clean this mess up. Because I looked at my life and I had like polyps on the highway. And I just thought I was going to keep driving. And it's like, no, you're going to go back and you're going to address these things and you're going to make these things right.
What's up, y'all?
Yo, what's up? You know what it is. My name is The Indicator. It's your man, The Indicator.
Yeah, what's up? Soul Submission in the house.
Legendary Port Rights teachers. You know what you watching.
My homeboy, The Indicator, man.
And you feel me? In the zone.
What it is, man? It's your homeboy T-Pain.
Sit down, it's the Amazon.
Hieroglyphics posse in full effect.
Yo, this is Simon One Punch Car.
Duzzle.
Tone Trump.
This is Tamala Jones. This is your girl Kiki White. Malaysia Carter.
Yo, this Rika Lost Cause.
This is boy Black Ice.
This is Bad Girl.
Watch Intelligent.
This your boy Donnell Jones.
You know what it is.
And you're watching
End of the zone.
Into the zone.
Into the Zone.
Chillin' with
The end of the zone.
real hip hop.
My man. With your boy,
Indicator.
Indicator.
Shouts to The Indicator.
Philly representative.
We here.
So make sure you stay tuned.
You are tuned into
Into the zone.
Into the Zone. With my man, the Indicator.
Holla at your boy.
You already know.
The Indicator.
Into the Zone.
You heard me?
I know who it is. My name is The Indicator.
Indicator.
Enough said on that one.
Tune in, man.
Definitely. But I think the thing I had to learn how the tears come. And you're like, oh my God, I don't feel like crying anymore. But, you know, one of my coaches was like, right through the tears. You got to get this out of you. You know what I mean? So, yeah. A visionary pastor is a pastor that has the ability to see, and not just do church, but our marketplace as well. I think, well, I know the time has come for us to come out come outside of the church, because we have to have verbiage in all areas so that we can address the needs of our people. That's economics, that's social. It's not just, Jesus was everywhere. He was in the marketplace, he was in the temple.
Right.
And that's what that is.
Right.
And, having the ability to see even this, to see what God has put in people and to help pull it out. Because I tell my office, I just told them the other day, I said, I'm the one that God sent to throw you off the cliff because it's already in you. You just haven't moved on it yet. And most of the time when I talk to the authors, they are dormant because somebody passed and they went in grief and they didn't write anymore. Or some just come into the discovery of them being a writer and divorce brought them there. But it doesn't matter.
Right.
Now that you're here, I'm like your midwife, help you birth this out and go on. The first one would be pray, and the second one is journal. Okay. Pray because you need to talk to God about how you feeling. You gotta tell him. Second one, journal, because you gotta get it out of you, because you want to be able to move on. That's your movement. That brings your healing. You might not feel it instantaneously, but say you journal every day for 30 days, and you might stop for a minute, but go back and read. You be like, wow, I don't feel that impact anymore. Not like that. It's there. But what went from a broken leg, might now just be a sore muscle. And you can be able to see how far you've come from that. You know what I mean? And I could use the example, like I could not talk about my grandma without crying. Like, we doing good here. To be able to sit here and share how God put me through that and not bust out in tears. Like, I owe him the glory for that, because that was like a dead body holding me down, weighing me down. I was just dragging something that I wasn't meant to carry. And so many times we carry stuff that we're not meant to carry because we can't in our physical. We can't. It's impossible. We have 12 men that I'm excited about. I call them the 12 disciples, that are writing their own stories of movement. And they knocking it out the park. I'm just talking about reading rough drafts. But I'm so excited that they trusted me to let me come in the man cave and hear how men process things like marriage and miscarriages. And, hearing so many men say, I didn't grow up with a father, and I'm married now, so I'm finding myself grappling with this image that I didn't see growing up. So many times we hear about women, young women growing up like that, but we don't necessarily hear what men have to say and what men feel about that void being in their life, and what it took to be able to wear the shoes and the pants in their family with that deficit. So we like the chicken soup of the world. We get ready to take over. It's our turn now. After our men's book, we're going to do a couples book. We just going to keep going till God say otherwise. Well, I'm writing now children's books. My grandmama called her nanny, and I had some interesting experiences with her. They were really fun. Like, we used to make homemade ice cream in the backyard. One of these times, a little duck got into the backyard. His wing was broke or something, and we nursed him up and took him back to the park. So I want to put those stories into children's books. So my niece and I are working on that right now. So that's why I was saying I'm the keeper of the stories. I want to tell them from a childlike perspective, just to keep her legacy going on, because she gave me so much, and I'm full, and I just want to share it. Like the piano lessons. She was a caterer. She was a chef. She did so much quilting, and I learned so much from her. So I just want to pour it out and just share it with the next generation. It's like my love story to my family. That's where we come from. You can't find it anywhere. So what I usually do is my friends get married, and I'm the poet. They usually does something for the wedding or something like that. But they really enjoy them, and that's my gift to them as a couple. And I like being able to give them that. We have some big shoes to fill coming behind some greats. So you don't want to just put out anything. I remember when Maya Angelou did the poem for Bill Clinton, And so I was sitting in the living room and my grandma said, I want you to be like her. And I was so intimidated by that. But not knowing that later when she passed, she had all of Maya Angelou's collections of poetry and autobiographies and things like that. And so, you know, I read her life story and I was like, oh, well, that takes the pressure off. She was just a regular person, gotten into some things like everybody else, but through life and experience, that's where her words came from. So I'm just learning to embrace all my experiences and my words will come from that. Lulu.com, yes, that's a self-publishing website. And I found it to be economical. You know, you can purchase your own books at wholesale, you can sell them, or people can go to the website and buy them. So it did what I needed it to do. What made me want to do that is I didn't want to say I can't publish my book because I don't have that first 3,000 or 5,000 to give a publisher. So I looked and investigated for other ways to do that. So my first book that I did by myself was in 2006. It was called The Stillwater Story. And it was basically a journey about dealing with my grandmother's death. And Stillwater's is Psalms 23. Stillwater's Cafe is a mobile cafe that we started in 2006 in the Mill Creek Recreation Center. It's a house that allows Christian rappers, neo-soul artists, dancers, or whatever, to come in and have a place to do their talent and to bring the community in for good, clean entertainment. Don't quit on you, that's what I would say to them. Keep writing, keep pushing, and don't disqualify or discount what you have to offer the world. Your words are a gift, and they have impact and reach far beyond your lifespan, because even when we're gone, books are still here, and that's powerful. You can reach me on Facebook at Ramona M Games, and I have a couple pages, do a couple things. So we have Movement is Medicine page on Facebook. We also have the Stillwater's Cafe page, and we have the Visionary Pastor Ramona Games page. So whichever page you hit up, and you just inbox me, I'll get right back to you. And again, if you would like to purchase the books, they're at lulu.com. My name is Ramona M. Gaines, and I am a writer, author, and a mom.